How is whakorongo, hearing, feeling, sensing, perceiving, important to your witness as overseas field workers? This is a new word for me, so I understand it to mean just like the old Isaiah 43 theme of what is the new thing that we sense God doing for us in our witness in Thailand? Well, one of the things that I see happening is that the young people in Thailand, both the Buddhists and Muslims, are getting quite bored with their religions, seeing it as out of date. They don't see it as helping them or making any difference in their lives or making their lives any better. Probably just as young people in New Zealand are getting bored with Christianity if they see it as just a religion and not that personal relationship with Jesus that it is. So, Thais are also, what we also see is that Thais are turning online. They are searching for meaning because online they can search for answers to their hard questions about life that perhaps they wouldn't have been able to ask in their families or even in their schools or with their peer groups sometimes, just because to ask such a question, especially for Muslims, to question anything of Islam is a sin and also discouraged. So the internet is a new thing that God is using to use for witnessing in Thailand. And we're seeing many people contacting our organisation through our media, through our internet, through Facebook, and through our pages that the page called Knowing God Personally, for example. Another amazing thing that happened recently was one Christian who was a famous actress was murdered about 4 months ago, and it went across the news. Everyone knew about this piece of news, and when they heard that the funeral would be live cast on the internet, millions of people watched it, and the pastor, who is the leading the Baptist leader, National Baptist Church leader, pastor shared the gospel in a loving, soft way when he talked about as Christians we have the hope of heaven, to live with God in perfect peace, no misery, no pain after this world. And this caused so many people to want to be Christians. Contacted the websites and the church and our organisation, who was linked into answering anyone who was interested. And at least 3,000 people became Christians, and the follow-up is happening with at least 300 of those people, getting them into churches. So we praise God for the new thing that he's doing through not only that event, but the internet, but also famous Thai Christians are actually having an influence on society. So that's what we see, some exciting things happening in Thailand at the moment.